Imagine a digital employee that logs into your system, routes a payment, and completes an entire project while you sleep. Throughout 2024 and 2025, standard AI hit a ceiling. These systems generated content, drafting emails or summarizing PDFs, but they still required a human operator to perform the final execution. Agentic AI changes the architecture. These are autonomous systems capable of planning, invoking APIs, and operating computer interfaces to finish complex, multi-step workflows independently. This shift is triggering massive market movements. In 2026, Databricks reached a $134 billion valuation by pivoting to agentic architecture, quadrupling its Asia-Pacific headquarters in Singapore to manage the demand. Crossing the threshold from generating output to executing tasks removes the final human bottleneck. It expands the limits of how large a modern enterprise can grow. But this level of autonomy creates a paradox. A machine that acts independently is a machine capable of causing damage at the speed of computation. In the previous era, an AI hallucination produced a strange poem or a bad citation. An agentic malfunction can silently delete production databases, leak proprietary code, or authorize rogue payments. The scale of this vulnerability is immense. Non-human machine identities, the API tokens and service accounts agents use to act, now outnumber human employees by 80 to 1. Unchecked agentic AI functions as a digital insider threat, rendering legacy cybersecurity models obsolete. Capturing the return on investment from these autonomous systems requires a system of trust at scale. In early 2026, Singapore's Infocom Media Development Authority released its Model AI Governance Framework. It is the first comprehensive rulebook designed for the specific risks of non-human workers. The strategy starts by bounding risk upfront, enforcing least privilege access where agents cannot modify data without explicit authorization. To combat automation bias, the framework mandates hard-coded approval checkpoints. Irreversible actions require a manual sign-off before the agent proceeds. Finally, unified observability is required. Every action, data stream, and model response must be monitored within a single environment to prevent agents from operating in the dark. Applying these mechanisms turns an uncontrollable autonomous entity into a strictly governed, efficient digital workforce. Governance frameworks are only effective if the underlying technology can enforce them in real time. Databricks provides a model for this by managing agentic AI as trackable production software rather than an unmonitored experiment. Platforms like Lakebase anchor transactional data, creating a secure vault where agents retrieve information through restricted pathways without contaminating core systems. Above that, the Unity Catalog perimeter provides risk-adaptive authorization, verifying and logging every single interaction in real time. True enterprise safety requires merging these strict regulatory rules with unified technology to eliminate blind spots. A common hesitation in the C-suite is whether this level of strict governance slows down the pace of innovation. In reality, engineers install high-performance brakes to give a driver the confidence to maintain top speed. Governance works the same way. AI leaders with strict governance frameworks capture the majority of market gains and are twice as likely to successfully embed autonomous systems. Implementing early safeguards saves 30% in capital, avoiding catastrophic rollbacks from unmanaged pilots. The rules of business automation have changed. Raw processing power is no longer the primary differentiator. The next decade belongs to the companies that adopt Singapore's gold standard of governance, turning the existential risk of agentic AI into a permanent competitive advantage.